Welcome to my MSI Interceptor Series Ravager unboxing. This is a case from MSI, which is something that you might not be accustomed to seeing. More along the lines of like motherboards and graphics cards and like even networking gear and stuff like that, but never cases before. So we see a few different features outlined on the front of the case. One is super speed USB 3.0, toolless drive bay design, solid state drive support, 3-year warranty, advanced thermal design, custom lacerated imprints, so that's kind of like a cool like claw-like effect going on over here. Protecting your vital gear. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to my vital gear, I would not put it anywhere near something called a Ravager. Just throwing that out there. However, I'm pretty sure what they mean is computer gear, which is probably fine. Okay, moving right along. Custom lacerated imprint. Advanced thermal design includes 2 high-quality fans, cable camouflage system, so cable routing. Okay, removable 3.5-inch drive bay cages, full-size VGA card support up to 310 millimeters, screwless, easy snapping hard drive tray. Okay, the out supports 2.5-inch as well. Tool is 5.25, water cooling ready, although this is very debatable. I personally don't believe these grommets make it water cooling ready. I'd rather see spacing for a natively mounted radiator, extra spacing for cable management, and pre-installed with 120mm front blue LED fan with dust filter. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up, shall we? Got my knife. Alright, breaking some seals, because that's what we do. And hey, soft foam. As you guys may or may not know, if you've been watching my channel for a little while, I prefer soft foam to hard foam because it stands up against multiple impacts better than hard foam. This is, however, quite thin soft foam in some places, considering the size and weight of a fully loaded system. But I guess I'm going to have to compromise on this particular one. Alright, there we have the Ravager. Actually, it looks not bad. This looks better in person than it does in pictures. I mean the, ouch, shocked me. The laceration, like, tattoo thing that they got going on here. So this is a fairly high quality paint that they're using. It's not something that's just like a sticker that's going to come off. This is painted right on. It looks, actually it looks kind of nice. And it matches the overall color scheme of the case. So you can see the internals are using MSI branded fans as well as blue PCI slot covers, a blue motherboard back plate, as well as more tattoos over here on the other side. And then you got an Interceptor Series Ravager. This one looks like it's a sticker, but it's no, it's not. It's not. That's actually painted right on there. That looks really sharp. We've got support for. Actually, no. Let's finish with the tattoos, and then we'll move on. Okay, so last set of tattoos right here. 3 5.25-inch bays, big old power button, as well as an LED at the front. We've got our intakes here at the front as well. And let's move around to the rest of the outside. So, front USB 2.0, headphone, microphone, front USB 3.0 reset switch, and hard drive indicator LED. We've got more fan grills up here. We're going to open it up to find out exactly what's inside there. On this side, we've got support for up to 2 140mm fans, although the spacing is also compatible with 2 120mm fans. On the back, we find another 120mm fan or 92mm fan, whichever you prefer, and 7 PCI slots. So this is going to fit standard ATX boards or micro ATX boards or mini ITX boards, but not XL ATX boards. 2 filtered intakes on the bottom. One of these is for your power supply. One of these is for an additional 120mm fan. Now let's go ahead and use the thumb screws here to open up the case. Oh, look at that. They're not too tight from the factory. A lot of the time, these thumb screws are so tight at the factory that I can't get them off with my fingers, and I have to actually use a screwdriver. Heaven forbid. I mean, a screwdriver? In this day and age? Everything should be toolless. Actually, no, I'm not much of a toolless guy myself. I prefer things that are securely mounted to things that are toolless. Although if you can securely mount something toollessly, that's pretty good too. Not too much flex on the panel, although this isn't exactly a premium case by any stretch of the imagination, and the price tag would dictate that it's not. I mean, when I say premium case, I mean like it's not, a $300 case like a Corsair 800D, where my expectation would be that it's, built out of tank armor, but yeah, moving on. Oops, that filter came off. Let's go ahead and throw that filter back in there. So these filters are basically just mounted with little clips. Actually, here, you can have a look. So they're mounted with little clips. They're effective, if not the most, elegant possible solution, but they're easy to clean. Not made of metal, so they're not going to like rust or anything after you clean them. I've actually run into that very recently. That's why I brought it up. Was like not impressed. So here we are on the inside. Okay, so here's our hard drive sled. So you can see the 2.5-inch mounting holes as well as the 3.5-inch mounting holes. So the 3.5-inch are toolless. However, you will need tools for 2.5-inch drives. You can also see that these are completely removable. Oops, I put that in wrong. There we go. These are completely removable and also toolless. Check that out. So not only could you mount a 310 millimeter graphics card, you could mount like a 400 plus millimeter graphics card, and this also gives you a way to install an additional 120 millimeter fan without too much muss or fuss. So you can see there's one installed right there. That's a blue LED fan. Can you see that? He says so. Okay, well, it's in there. You'll have to trust me on this one. And then there's another blue and black 120 millimeter fan at the back of the case, this one with MSI branding. So this guy doesn't come out. This one's riveted in. However, you'll probably need at least a few hard drives at any rate, so this is your optical drive mounting. Basically, you just, how does this work? Push. Oh, cool. There you go. So they pop out, or they pop in. Good stuff. What else is there to really say? Here, let's have a look at the internal connectors. So nothing really out of the ordinary here. We've got power, as well as USB 3, USB 2, and front HD audio. We've got your usual internal connectors for, your power switch, your reset switch, and your various LEDs that you're going to need. I'd prefer if these were black, but it's not the end of the world because you do have space for managing your cables, so everything from your power supply is going to come through this one, and you'll be routing them out here, here, and here is where your 8-pin, here too. You could potentially put an 8-pin through there and route that to your motherboard depending on the positioning of the 8-pin. You can also route a bunch of stuff up through here at the top. Let's have a look at the spacing in the top here. So you can do up to 2 140 millimeter fans or 2 120 millimeter fans. I would have preferred to see just straight 2x120 with support for a radiator, but it's not the end of the world one way or the other. I didn't actually mention at any point during this video that this is a bottom mounted power supply. You've got rubber mounts right here, so it's not going to scratch itself out on the bottom of the case. And in terms of room for routing cables behind, actually that's not bad. So we've got enough room back here to easily do a 24-pin cable without warping out the other side of the case. From the back, it doesn't really look like there's anything in particular going on. I think that pretty much covers it, other than checking out what's in here. So hopefully there's like some, look at the bag. MSI Customer Survival Pack. I guarantee I know who at MSI came up with that idea. And I know he's going to watch this video. I'm looking at you. Your initials are RK, and that is hilarious. Okay. I also know who's responsible for these dog tags. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So it comes with some black zip ties. Happy to see long zip ties, because how many times have you seen cases that come with those little short zip ties like this that actually aren't big enough to hold anything? So these are handy. You've also got, yes, they've built in lots of space to use them. So these help a lot. When you're routing cables, having all these little loops on the back of the motherboard tray allows you to keep everything flat and keep everything cabled really tidily, whether it's data cables that you're running down here or power cables that you're running up to various places. So that is what those included zip ties are for. We also have, oh neat, okay, these are handy. We also have a Phillips head to motherboard standoff adapter. So you put the motherboard standoff in this side, then you screw it in with a Phillips head to screw it into the back of the motherboard tray. We've got a bunch of, look at that, nice little touches, black screws. Love to see that. Very nice. And it comes with a dog tag. MSI, insist on the best. That's actually quite nice. It's very thick. Cool. I'll put that with my other dog tag. Although this one is customized. See, this one's from NVIDIA. GTX 590 Squadron. So now I have MSI, insist on the best to go with that. Although the MSI one feels like higher quality, this one's kind of cheesy. So thank you for checking out my unboxing and first look at the Interceptor Series Ravager case from MSI. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos.